yourself holding one end of the line, on the other, a half-ton beast pulling with all its might. Sport fishermen around the world head out to the open sea, hoping to connect with just such monster fish. Surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, Taiwan has long looked to its bountiful seas for sustenance. But fishing for sport is a relatively new phenomenon for the island. R&D chief and fishing fanatic Hank Liao is seeking to change all that. Most weekends he goes fishing. During the week, he puts that experience to work, designing some of the world's most popular big game fishing reels.
钓鱼为什么那么吸引人？当鱼在拉下去浮标那一刹那，一仰竿的时候，那一种鱼在吃的力道会让你感觉那个真的是无法去用言语形容。这种产品叫做股式剪线器。 它是专门用于在船钓上活动的一个钓鱼剪线器，可以钓到大概超过1000磅，大概是500多公斤的大型的。
But giant fish aren't the only adversary this reel will face. The high seas can be an unforgiving environment. Scorching sun and corrosive salt water can quickly wear down unprotected materials. The metal in the reel must undergo special treatment to stand up to these conditions. Plus, landing a huge fish is often an hours-long battle. The reel must be light, but tough. To meet these needs, aluminum alloy is the chosen material. The metal for the end housings is first forged, and the excess cut away. Next, to achieve the exact dimensions required by the reel's design, a pre-programmed drill bit trims it into shape. The main housing is precisely sculpted from an aluminum cylinder. Running through the center of every reel is the spool. Fishermen and fish will be connected by the line around this all-important part.
这个线轮它是由一个完整的铝锭加工下来，会有别于一般我们用模具加工，它可以有更高的强度。
Time for a dip. To prepare for battle against the intense sun and salty seas, each metal part must be suited up in its own chemical coat of armor. Anodizing will create a protective layer that resists corrosion and wear. The reel parts are lowered into a series of tanks. The right chemicals, plus an electric charge, generate this shield around the metal and make coloring easier. After a bath in a vat of dye, the parts will emerge a rich golden hue. Add a sealant, and the shield is complete. The metal is now protected by a tough, corrosion-resistant layer and ready to stand up to the wear and tear of a life at sea. To ensure that the treated metal can handle the worst conditions, the reel undergoes a grueling test of endurance. An engineer places the assembly in a sealed chamber. High salinity steam is pumped in. The reel weathers this salty assault for 240 hours without developing a single spot of rust, proving it can handle even the toughest ocean expeditions. But back to that monster fish on the other end of the line. How does the reel help land a catch weighing many times more than the fisherman? Gears are the heart of the fishing reel. A precision gear system amplifies the angler's power in the tug-of-war with aquatic big game. But seeking extra power is not the only challenge. The gear system must also be as close to silent as possible.
鱼在觅食的时候，它如果说接触到水中有音波来的时候，它就会产生戒心。
If the gears don't mesh well, excess vibration from the reel can be transmitted down the line, scaring fish away. The trick to producing a smooth drive system can be found here. Tiny metal cylinders are lined up. One by one, they are plucked from the line and set into position. The protruding metal ring will be machined into gear teeth with a twist. Placed at a 90-degree angle to the spinning drill bit below, the metal cylinder rotates at a complementary speed, precisely calibrated to carve the gear teeth. But this is no ordinary gear. The teeth on helical gears are cut at an angle, so they engage gradually, allowing a smooth mesh that reduces vibration. Even with the power advantage offered by a precision gear system, big saltwater fish cannot be simply reeled in after being hooked.
借由这个刹阻系统来缓冲大鱼在瞬间的爆发力，就是像汽车的刹车铁片，它一定要具备很好的刚性。再来，受到热的时候，它也不会变形。
These miniature disc brakes are first machined from high-quality stainless steel. Swordfish and marlin can swim at speeds approaching 100 kilometers per hour. Applying resistance to a line pulled by one of these fish can produce temperatures up to 200 degrees Celsius. Luckily, the materials used in this reel's drag can take the heat. The disc brake in the drag assembly is similar to those in a car. But this reel doesn't need to stop a fish in its tracks. It applies drag continuously until the creature is tired enough to be reeled in. A specially designed instrument is used to check that the drag is working properly. After workers complete the assembly, this top-of-the-line reel is ready for action. Engineering talent, manufacturing skill, and employees passionate about fishing have turned this Taiwan-made product into a real success.
钓器的好坏对你的钓鱼的收获会有多大的影响？答案是绝对的。
And with this secret weapon on their side, anglers around the globe can chase trophy fish with confidence.